Hello and welcome, What Watchers. We are going to play the Void Eye today, and we will use the text shown on screen. So range enhancement is necessary because the Void Eye has very low base range. Also area mode to enable us to take the skies if we have to, and energy shield and charge shot. I think the only weird one is the energy shield. But I think the unit needs some sort of additional protection, and energy absorption is just not it. Not big enough of a health pool. I may change this energy shield to EMAC armor if I find out they are not useful in a carry role. But for now, we will run this one because I think it has more applications overall, in my opinion. Okay, so let's get ahead and see how we are doing in the multiplayer. Bedak already confirmed that there most likely is gonna be buffs in the coming future, maybe to the HP, but he didn't confirm anything about that, just that the Void Eye is generally speaking underperforming. Alright, we got a nice Typhoon spec with Arclight and Snatches. I believe that is going to be the pick. Elite spec also interesting. Maybe Void Eyes on Elite can be a thing. But I don't like the overlap with the Steel Bolts. I think I would rather have the Typhoon for now. Overall, just the more interesting spec to me. Hound Steel Ball, so very aggressive with Rhino spec added. I think this is a good matchup for the Void Race if we want to take them. Whoops, good thing we have the undo button. New feature. So I will actually deploy the Voids and see how it does. We go pretty much in the middle, so if this Deep push comes from either side here, we have opportunity to attack them, and also a little bit of room here, like 30 off the line, to get some crawlers in here. I don't think deploying the Void Eyes more behind is feasible most of the time. There he is. So we're kind of in a hit, but kind of not. But I think this should be favoring us for now, because we have the Void Eyes as DPS units, but there is some crawlers getting away here. Sneaky, sneaky. But to be fair, apart from that, we're doing really well. And that's just a gamble of whether or not he's on this side or this side. Our poor Void Eyes unfortunately didn't make it, but, you know. There gotta be some losses at some point anyway, right? Okay. So there's a Wraith here, probably the strongest pick here by far. Farseer also a decent pick, although I'm not sure if he's strong enough to beat the Wraith in a headbutt scenario. Maybe he is. I think I will still go with my usual way to do this and deploy the Farseer on pretty much flank duty. Okay, do we want to go aggressive with the crawlers? Do we want to place them in the flank? We can get rid of a bunch of the hounds. I think that should be worth doing. Another one here to delay. I'm not sure what to do with the 100. Probably nothing for now. Ooh, straight up into mobile beacon. Interesting. It's gonna be a little bit painful for the Farseer. But it will take out some steel bolts, so maybe... Yep, it does take out 2 of the steel bolts. And he's coming in with the Phoenix, so we need Fang in front. Or even crawlers. But he's way over the place with the Wasp and whatnot. I was thinking maybe I should fortify this tower, but in the end it doesn't really do anything right now. We might do that later instead. Okay, Farseer is still doing fine, but he's probably gonna die to the Phoenixes now. But not before he takes everything with him. So tiny win for my opponent with terrible deploys. I like that. The Phoenix getting a level is not very nice, but nothing I can do about that. Okay. Jump drive? Yeah, jump drive on the Wasp, so he can show up anywhere. Tense training. Underground, probably underground here. EMAC also very good to slow this push down. I think underground is probably worth picking here. We'll drop that in the back. We'll buy some Fangs here to buffer. Also a crawler. Fortify the tower because we can't defend everything. And a quick beacon into the back. Another cheese. And he fortifies his own tower. Okay. So straight up selling out of the Wasp here. I think we're doing pretty good. Because this is irrelevant. We don't care about this tower dying. As long as we can take out the front line. Void Eyes are unfortunately not leveling, but I don't think we need levels necessarily on them. Because we can get the charge shot. But I would say so far they are doing a fine job. Can't really complain about that one. Yeah, they did actually get a level up. Okay, so next up is gonna be a Rhino incoming. We have a laser sight. Might be able to put that on the Farseer. Bombardment is also decent, but not the greatest. And his main army disappeared rather quickly. I think a laser sight is probably in order. The Typhoon will just add to the front line here. Yeah, maybe more to the side. This one will just be a Fang for later. Well, now Anchovklia is pretty much all over the place, so I'm not sure what to do with that. We'll actually commit here to a Farseer EMP, because I think the EMP will be useful in general, and it's very good against the Rhino if he comes in with the Rhino. He loans. Okay, he's getting very scared. There's the Rhino. Okay. I think that's all fine. Phoenixes get absolutely wrecked, and as you can see, EMP here, big value immediately, because there's no way I'm stopping a Rhino. Yeah, other than that, we are losing the round because of the Orbiter. If the Farseer cannot clutch the victory, which it might. Looking bad with the tower debuff. And we have one Fang. I think it was fine. He got his power spike and he loaned and he put down his spell and still couldn't kill me off. I think we are good with that. We could add a Wraith here. We could add Phantom Rays and just drop a bunch of oil. I mean, his anti-air is pretty much non-existent. It's only the Phoenix shooting at the front line. I think a Wraith is gonna do good here. Put that a little bit further back. Side here is clean for now. So I think I want some more Void Eyes here just to destroy that Rhino a little bit quicker. A little bit further back so they don't get blasted immediately. Cross will try to escape yet again. Any upgrades? I think not. Scorpion, okay. Scorpion in the flank. Does get distracted by the crawlers immediately. The Scorpion dies to the Farseer pretty much. The sheet is holding very well here, unfortunately. But the Void Eyes can break it. They just need the Charge Shot. Lacking a little bit of damage. Big Farseer boy is still alive. Until it wasn't. Yep. Still holding. No oil used. Okay, a Stonk module. We don't really have the greatest targets for Stonks here. Maybe the Farseer? But then again, do I really want to sell out of the Farseer? Probably not. This he might take. Just drop that on myself. I think I will actually take the Vulcan here. I think the rest can stay as is. I will actually upgrade the Charge Shot here, I believe. Additional thanks to the back, so the Scorpion keeps having his job. not sure about this one. I think having more fangs in front is for now the best play, and one crawler in the middle for later. Okay, nothing left here. He takes more into phoenixes. So now we have all his late shove denied with the Vulcan. And now our charge shot thingies here are killing this Rhino very quickly. So no problem at all. This unit has a lot of damage. That's its only downside. As we can see here, it's doing its job very well. I don't need phoenixes to do this. But we do lose on the other side now. But it's actually pretty close. The Scorpion is still pretty damaged. Thank God we have the Farseer. And the Wraith actually lives. Holy smokes, that was a very, very close one. Okay. Additional deployment is possible. Improve firepower, also decent. I think I will actually take the deployment. I don't need anything else right now. Upgrades on all the rays. Great escape yet again. Do we want to fly now? Yeah, I think it's worth doing, probably. Farseers get upgrades. Additional Fang to start out this side. And also a crawler. And then we add a crawler to the middle. And we will hit Impact Drill to win the crawler duels. I think this should probably be a good missile. Oh, did not manage to click that last one. He puts another fort over here with range upgrade. Okay, interesting. Now the downside is the Void Eyes will get hit by Fortress anti-air. Let's see how they do. Oh, the Farseer actually died. Wonder how that happened. Did not pay attention to that side. We're getting kind of overwhelmed here. Okay, steel production, not really what we want. Advanced shield device is doable with the fortress. I think I will skip for now. Technically speaking, he is open to air flanks, but not really. I think we can actually add a Void Eye here and see how that does. We need energy shield for sure. We'll even take the Farseers. Probably want to shield our front line here a little bit. This is the problem with the Void Eye now. We have 135 range, so we are very outranged by all of the stuff on this map. Let's see how we can do. The shield actually saves some of them, but this one is already almost dead. So this air transition is only a cheese play against stuff like forts. I still wanted to try it out and see how we are doing. We're kind of getting killed by crawlers and whatnot afterwards. This is just the Phoenix field day, pretty much. I think clicking air was the mistake. I should have maybe stayed on the ground. But even then, I don't think we are carrying very well here at all. Okay, War Factory, Abyss. I mean, War Factory sounds pretty nice, but he already has a lot of damage on board, including Fortress. We could still fit it, most likely. Or just fire Betchers and trying to take out the chaff a little bit faster. I don't think any of these plays are very good in particular, but I think we already have too much stuff on the ground here. Let's try the Abyss. I haven't tried that one. It doesn't really fit here very well. Maybe here. Then we'll just attempt to missile him out of existence. Void Eyes, because we told to do so. Yeah, I did manage the interceptor. Not gonna beacon this time. Yeah, there we go. He deployed something anyway. Now our Abyss is doing okay for now, but it's gonna die to the Phoenixes really, really quickly. It's just here to take some aggro. Yeah, but other than that, we're just getting absolutely wrecked by Fortress, since we cannot kill them very quickly with the Void Eyes, and we also lacking in anti-air here. The Phoenix just outperforms the Void Eyes in every way. It's just more tanky, it has more range. It comes online way quicker without investing into upgrades other than one of them. Right, that's GG. And that is Void Eye experiment number 1. Right, game 2. Giant Scam. Interesting. Maybe foreshadowing about the game. Let's see how the Void Eyes perform this time. An okay opener, maybe speed spec, something we could try, or even elite spec. Try to get those very high level Void Eyes for free. This would mean we don't even have to commit that early to them. Yeah, I guess we will try. Have not seen Elite Spec in action yet. Ooh. Void Eye, Mustang, and intensive training. My goodness. Okay, I believe in that case we will actually grab the Arclights or Crawlers. I mean, Arclight should be pretty good. I think Arclight is the way to go here. Do we have a push setup? Yeah, something like that. It's either that or on the other side. I think I like this side more. And he goes for a marksman straight up. Okay, so we're gonna lose a steel ball to that. This is a very wonky board. I have not seen somebody play both Void Eye and Marksman on turn 1. Interesting. Hello, hello. Okay, one of our crawlers will drag the flank. Oh. Sick instant locks. But to be honest, I don't care about the steel balls dying, because there's nothing on this board that requires me to have steel balls. I'd rather have the Arclights staying alive, because those are the ones that will kill both the Mustangs and the Void Eyes and the Marksmen. Yeah, looks good. Always a good feeding if Elite Spec doesn't feed its level 2 units, so our Arclight staying alive here was very nice. Underground quick teleport. I mean, quick teleport would be nice to have. But I believe we have to go for underground threat there. Let's think about that later. Maybe a Arclight on the corner here. I think I would actually like to delay one of my crawlers. Yeah, I think additional Arclight would be nice to have here. He missiles this, okay. Even better. And he does not flank me with anything? Oh, he does, okay. But luckily we have level 2 cross since we are Elite Spec. And as such, we have a clear advantage when it comes to those duels here. You can't do anything about that. And we have the same situation as last time. The marksmen not doing anything. Our steel balls are valiantly is it even a word? They are tanking. They are taking the deeps. Okay, Phoenix, Wasp, Phantom Ray. I think we don't need any of those, to be honest. But we do lack anti-air for sure. I think it would be fair to take the Wasp here and then decide later what to do. For now we will use them as a flank securing unit. Yeah, but yeah, for now he has nothing that warrants me going Void Eyes at all. which is a little bit sad. Alright, can we get any splits off? Kind of. I think it's time to secure that tower. Could also add a crawler over here, since the tower is pretty much open for now. I think I will actually invest into a side light. And no beacon yet. Okay, keeps using the missile here. Interesting. I mean, it's fine with me. I already did a move against that. There's the Wasp from him. Nothing new on the flank. But I think I will sleep more soundly just knowing that I have the upgrade on that tower in case we will need it. Looks like we're losing the Wasp fight because of the Mustangs. But that's alright with me for now. We can switch into Mustangs as well if we'd like. Now we actually lose the round just to the Wasp. Which will mean they will have a level up. But I'm not sure how relevant that is. And keep in mind again, this is with consistent usage of missiles. Incendiary bomb sounds pretty nice. We will drop that at his flank. I would like some Mustangs this turn, but on the other hand, the Wasp... I mean, there's going to be fire here, right? There should be fire there. Maybe you can drop a Mustang into the middle. Like so. Arclight range. One more Arclight. Would like to level the ball, but there's not really a reason to do so right now, I would say. I think we can actually do this and try to catch that Wasp. Does it work? I'm not sure about it. Does have armor on his Wraith? Nope, it was an absolute disaster. Okay. I wonder why he didn't shield. If I knew that, I would have positioned it a little bit more to the side. Maybe I should have done that anyway. But I just want to make sure that we catch the side here. Yeah, the Mustangs don't do anything here. They, I knew they would probably die to the fire. But at least now we know he is into Wraith as well. Arclight will probably get the tower. Might actually kill the marksman as well here. Which would be pretty nice, because that's a good amount of XP. Nah, it didn't. Okay. Getting the other tower is probably a little bit hard. Yeah, it's close. It's close. Still, we are taking very, very minuscule damage. I don't think this is a problem. So he's still not deploying much for a Void Eye match, unfortunately. Why people keep doing this to me? So Rhinos not that cool into running into that Void Eye, but they are untech and everything. I think I will take the Fire Badger for now. Since that should be okay against this flank here. Maybe it will give us a response. Oh, he puts down Mustangs as well. Interesting. What do we do with the last Badger? Probably just keep him here as a mid-tier chaff unit and that's it. Yeah, somewhere over here. Again with the missile. And even missiling Arclight, I'm not even sure what he's trying to achieve with that. Okay, so Fire Badgers are doing fine here, that's nice. Now we will get a lot of XP from his Wasp. And we should probably sell out of our own Wasp as well, just so we don't get those Mustangs feeded. Wasp in general are good, I just don't think we should have a high level Wasp. Okay, so finally there's something here that we should maybe have a Ward Eye for. Hallelujah. Now the bad part is the Scorpion is already ranged, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to achieve that. Do we take the core? Yeah, I think why not? Underground threat. Probably close to there. We could click EMP on the arc lights here. I mean, the steel bolts are not doing anything, right? Should probably sell out of them. I think I would rather have a Fire Badger, but for now I will actually sell the Wasp because it's taking too much XP of those. Okay, so we will attempt to go for the Void Eyes here. And we will do so by recruiting some. So they should be equipped for the job now. Do we also splurge a second upgrade? Maybe not. I think we can take one shield for that turn. Okay, there should be a crawler here, so we can protect that flank Arclight. Okay, he deployed a Scorpion over there. That's really nice for us, because I don't care about that flank. We can sail out of it any time. I think we need Overlords because of the Mustangs. These great is because if he shields it, we will still get value of that. Maybe it's shield. Shielded fangs. Okay, so now we have those fangs faster. To Wraith, he dies to any. This is gonna hurt. Just so we can mow down. So it's not. I think for now we will power the. So if I put something in the air, I might actually just die. Okay, run. Interesting. Well, we both take a lot of... The problem is I would have liked to use the Void Eyes here, but the -10 range on the Void Eyes really hurts them in a situation. GG's. Now usually I would have had Phoenix, which you just click and then the guy ruses around. Okay. Still get the same Iron Blast. So we go in area mode here. Probably also charge shot, right? If we go this way. It's either charge shot or 7k damage. So this is gonna be 60k. Yeah, probably have to. Then we're gonna bubble up as we did before, because we have to do that into Iron Beam. Arctides need upgrades. So that's Steel Ball. The Iron Beam. Because we don't know where it's coming from. I believe this was terrible. This is probably the better placement. Okay, anything else? No, not really. Let's just see how that one works out. Okay, they get lasered immediately. Those will survive. These ones will snipe the Overlord. Actually, will take it down. Okay. But yeah, the Iron Beam was more or less the problem here. And the fact that we have extremely low range DPS units, obviously, because it did not work. Let's see. Not dead yet. Now we are. Turns out Wraith pretty good against Void Ray. We wouldn't have lost, but it was still not possible to win. And I think it boils down to EMP being necessary. Like, I would say Elite Void Eye feels pretty good because we can get a lot of damage out of nowhere. Then again, we could have done that with any other unit as well. It's not specific to Void Eye, I would say. So for now. Alright, back to the lobby. Let's see what Blue Hair is up to. Alright, here's our next opponent. Alright. So we got training spec with spiders. Sounds pretty interesting. Area spec with those. Probably something I would take because those are great units. And a Typhoon Dog aggro special. I think I will try the spider pack here because I really like training spec in general. Ooh. Into Steel Ball Fire Badger spec. Probably not the best matchup here. But it shall be done. So for now, we don't need any Void Eye support because we don't know where he is. So we will not drop it on turn 1 for sure. But where do we go with this? Do we want Fangs? Maybe? I think Fangs is probably a good idea. Because I want Fangs at the front and not the crawlers. We'll add that one. Okay, so it's gonna be a crossfire. I would say, in generally speaking, that would favor the ball player. However, he has a bunch of Fangs here that will not do much in the game until it's very late. Wow, he has very weird ball tags. If he actually buys more balls, that just means we need Scorpions or Raidens. Raiden for the EMP, Scorpion just for the burst damage. Both will take out Steel Bolt with those tags. Easy peasy. Yes, especially funny because he does not run the best tech. Oh no, look at that. That was really unfortunate timing. Feels bad, man. But again, I think Steel Bolt's player are always favored in this kind of cross map play. Ooh, double intensive training. Also redeployment. Both very interesting, but I don't think I want to redeploy here for now. We take this training. We could do it. We could level 2 spiders and deploy more chaff. Let's do it. Right, some more crawlers. Because so far he doesn't have anything on the board that can fight those. We can put some chaff down here to delay, but I think that's probably not gonna be worth doing for now. In case he tries to do something cheeky here, I'll just add a Fang. Or do we do it like this? That's fine. Did he take it? He did not. Interesting. So now we have a big spider to fight both the fire badgers and the steel balls when it comes down. Fire badger is very painful here because we have so many crawlers. But I would say if we can get some sort of DPS unit in here, we should be fine. The spiders are really, really dangerous now because they can kill those steel balls even when they attack us like this. The steel ball matchup, I would say, is highly level dependent. It's not really a counter matchup per se. And that's a level 2 spider if I wanted, or a level 4. I think I like even the shield airdrop here. Or a deployment module spider would also be pretty nice because of the flanking here. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I will take the deployment module and just drop down the spider here. We drop another unit here just so he has to deploy something. I think I would rather just delay some stuff there. And then one more Fang. So he used the training, but he didn't use the upgrade. Okay. Ignite Fangs. Okay. He's a true baller. I'm not sure how effective that is because the spiders will have range at some point. And what is he going to do then? Is he going to kick range as well? I'm not very unsure about that one. I think it's a little bit wonky. So the big delay tactic is working fine. Should be more things here, so we can delay the steel balls as long as we can. Yeah, we will lose tower here. Oh, this is really unfortunate. Okay, so this tower should die a little bit later. Would be nice. Okay, Typhoon, Overlord, Phantom Ray. I mean, he's probably gonna go for the Wasp, right? Phantom Rays are decent for us. I think I will take the Wasp and just try to force him to get something with anti-air. I believe this is spider range time. An intense spider. Some more fangs to delay the steel balls. Some oilage. I think we could even hit speed here. But I will do that later. Okay, he attacked Fire Badger range. So the reason why I'm oiling here is I just don't want any chaff of his to survive. Oh, he took the an Overlord here. Interesting. I'm not sure how valuable that will be. But I guess it killed his spider. But lucky for me, I have that deployment module, so we don't care about it. This time the steel balls will not get past the army of fangs. And our tarantulas keep leveling and leveling. Ah, yeah, also has a deployment module. Interesting. Could put photon coating onto that tarantula as well. I think I like the firepower upgrade here. Just give that to the Wasp in case he decides to do something about them. Yeah, the Fire Badger is actually pretty annoying because of the Overlord here. I think I'll just keep the Tarantula towards the middle. We could add a little flank here. So he disappears with the Overlord again and wants to burn my Chaff this time. But no Mustang commitment or anything like that. Interesting. I wonder why. But I think we have reached the point where I can safely go for hackers and counter his fire badgers since he keeps using the intense training on them. And the boat is really painful for us because it will one-shot our big spiders. But I mean, it's doable. It's not such a big deal for now. But we are very behind on tempo for now. So this is where we would probably use our newly found friends. Don't really like the hounds here, I think, because of the fire badgers. Farseer maybe. Marksman could be something against the Overlord for now. Yeah, I think actually we'll take the Marksman here. Whoever will be attacks on those Marksmen. That's okay. He doesn't have any range on the Overlord, so I think we are fine with going double shot or something like that. Right, do we commit more to the Wasp? Probably not. I will grab another spider. Click HE here. Make a little marksman concave. And he commits a worm. Okay, so I guess we can go for Ignite ourselves. If he goes for worm and the Overlord here. But for now we have some trouble against the fire badgers mainly. But I think HE is gonna help a lot here because we can kill much more things at the same time. Although this D-ball will still take out my poor spider here. Okay, so this I think is a good situation for a Void Eye, because now we have the air covered with the additional unit, and we certainly need DPS. So now it's time to shine. So pretty much the position where we want them in. Javelin will not take out that Overload. Something like that. Let's recruit some of those bad boys. We'll have to range them. They have to have damage. We'll not make them fly yet. Could actually go over here as well. But I mean, that's a level 3 tower, so I think we are fine over here. Can level that up. No oilage yet. Do we want Spider Mine? Maybe Spider Mine or maybe Mech Rage could be both the play here. Try to slow down the Fire Badger in case he beacons. He does not, okay. Ooh. I thought he was gonna beacon away, just so the tungsten doesn't hit, but I played around myself. My goodness. That was not the move. Okay, there's the worm. See the damage. Damage is looking decent. However, we still lost the spider on this side, and now we are lacking a lot of chaff clear. So the void eyes are not connected to their respective targets. Lucky we have one more spider alive. Oh no, the timing is terrible. Yeah, I probably will never take out this overlord if I don't commit to it. Okay, let's take the EMP. EMP over there. Unfortunately, I do not have EMP of any of my aggressive units. And the base range of this freaking overlord is high enough to compete with my poor void eyes. I think we will switch to aerial mode. And we'll still try to deploy some more. Because if we want to give them a fair run, we always have to commit. Otherwise, it's not really fair to the unit when we just deploy not enough. Just put them on the side here. And then we put down 2 missile interceptors to stop the overlord from DPSing. Oh no, the EMP. That was my bad. Since I used an EMP myself. Maybe shouldn't have done that. Yeah, Void Eye is doing pretty good here. Evaporating those little fire badgers. Now this side is a little bit screwed over because of the MP, but the other side is screwed as well. Yeah, look at that. The good old switcheroo. Thankfully the Tarantula is already a very good chaff clearing unit. Oh, there we go, a Farseer. I think Farseer could be worth picking here because of the EMP. Whoops. I tapped out. Do we want to click any spider tags here? I mean, fire badgers deal pretty decently against spider mines, I would assume. But maybe wrecking them with the mech rage. I think I like that more. Also add some crawlers here. I wonder where he is gonna oil. I think I will shield here for now. And shield the main push. Pull back the spider a bit. Do we sell out of anything here? Not really, right? Okay, Overlord is back over here. Not sure if the fire here is gonna burn. We'll see. I guess there's some fangs in the way. It's getting very close. I think we will burn. So the Overlord only has its Overlord artillery shooting here, because the Missile Interceptor will deal with those fires. But as you can see, the spider was too fast. It should have been even more back than it already was. He also took the fast here. Interesting. Now, lucky for us, we already deployed those missile turrets, and they work against the Fars here and against the Overlord as well. What a fiesta game. But this was a round with oil. So it's not getting much better than this for him. Oh, look at that. Big shields on the Tarantulas if we want. I think I will actually take the super heavy. I think this Tarantula has to go even further back. And then we just drop late fangs. And some front fangs, so to speak. I think I will actually try to delay that fire badger if I can. This boy is gonna be a very big boy. Got one single promotion here. I believe we will invest into a interceptor that is a little more up in his face. And that's it. He's going for wasp cheese, okay. Not that great into Farsi, I have to say. And he doesn't have area spec, so he's not targeting the Void Eyes from very far. Just 105. Look at that burst damage. Boom. And we take out the tower again. So now the shield has to save those Void Eyes. Looks pretty decent. And we lose the tower anyway. Luckily we have a EMP, so the Farseer did its job. And there we go, we pulled it off. GG. True. It gets buffed. He's gonna wait for that. Alright. So I think Tarantula's carrying here big time. Because look at that. 360 freaking kills. With the double intense training. That Javelin though, 0 value. And quadruple upgrades make barely an impact on the Void Eye, because we still are struggling against the Overlord. But we did take out the big boys, and that was their only role here. And they also feasted on those fire badgers. Let's take a look at the performance. So about 170k damage. Yeah, this one was the big carry here, because they got to connect with the Overlord and the tower. So this is very much inflated by the tower damage. And these ones are the one fighting the worms and whatnot. Not the greatest amount of damage, but I guess it was fine. Similar to the marksman, by the way, who don't have any upgrades. Alright, that was one successful game, although a very little bit wonky, but you got a limit test, and I think we're committing to the Void Eyes was a successful play here, although maybe not the best one, but we'll see. Right, I would say so far not a very big showing for the Void Eye. The main issue for me is the range. The range is really low in comparison to the majority of DPS units. So if I was getting a Melter there instead, I probably would have won years ago. Okay, there's a classic Tarantula Void Eye pack, but I still wouldn't pick that, I believe. Not something I'm particularly interested in. Maybe the missile spec. Good units, terrible spec. Yeah, I don't know about this, but I guess we will try. It's another aggression pack, okay. Really weird deploys here. I think I will just go for the classic defense setup. But we will need to do something about those hounds rather quickly. That's for certain. Okay, here's a aggressive push, but not very much in my face. So I guess this is a pretty good steel ball board for now. Ooh, what's wrong with my attacks? I guess I still have that corner camping sledgehammer equipment on me. Yeah, I guess it's fine. We still have range and mechanical rage. I believe that is plenty of power play. Oh, his area spec, okay. So we have to make sure that we are prepared in the flanks here. This would be a good example where the Void Eye would be good, but I'm afraid we're gonna die to both air and chaff before this is possible. Right, first round pretty uneventful. Hound steel ball way better than what I have. And we also have a missile spec next turn. Okay, so we can drop a Rhino here. Or a underground threat. Or even take improved wasp. Since he's area spec, he might actually take those. Yeah, I'm not sure how that one works. I think I will take the Rhino. Should be a good missile strike here. I think I will actually try to deploy a Void Eye here to tank to take out those steel ball and hound. attacks. Again, we are losing to air here, but we deployed a bunch of fangs, so I think it should be fine. No, he does not go for the improved wasp. Interesting. And he goes for a double flank this turn. So very weak play on his side. And he goes for the greed shield. So he's out of money already. And the funny thing is, we still will hit this tower, so his flank might not even win. Because of the tower debuff. If we're lucky, we might get an early Void Eye level, but it doesn't look like we will. Maybe in due time. But for now, it's exactly how I was saying, we don't have the chaff clear. Right. Good aggression drop. There's a quadruple marksman, also double arclight. Very good against those pesky hounds and the steel balls even. I think I will take the arclights here. Oops. Misclick. So I think just adding a arclight here is fine. So now we have the chaff clear pretty much sorted. Might go for a snipe here. So we have to be a little bit careful about that one. So Void Eye did second most damage in that round. Oh, Void Eye against Typhoon, pretty terrible in my opinion. So unless we have range, we're probably not gonna do well here. And he has the superior Void Eye, aka the Phoenix. So not sure how we will do there. Yeah, our Arclight unfortunately got stuck on that Typhoon. So we are lagging behind in DPS here for sure. That's the main concern. Okay, EMP is okay, but not really that interesting to be honest. Smoke bomb can be nice here. Ooh, extended range sledgehammer was also an option. I wish I had EMP on those here. That would have been so nice. Okay, so we are required to pick Void Eye range here. He might smoke bomb me if he's smart. But I don't think we can play around that for now. We just YOLO a Void Eye over here. I mean, it's just 100. This guy is playing super disrespectful at this point. I mean, they are really, really slow. That's the issue with the pushing power. Now he goes for EMP instead, okay? So bye-bye Void Eye range, but I mean, he's gonna lose his entire range as well, so... Oh yeah, upgrade to level 2 this turn, okay. So eventually we will take tower, but it's probably gonna take too long. Yeah, they're not killing the tower anytime soon. They're not a steel ball by any means. But they will take some time here to kill me, and the Void Eyes will most likely get a level up from this. Yep, they will. Right, very good smoke bomb. Okay, Wraith, I believe, is a good play here, because he might actually go for some aggression. Also, Tarantula is decent, but I think I'd rather have some air support here. Marksman also interesting, because we get a lot of DPS out of those, but we can't pick them because we want to play Void Eyes. So I think Brave is the correct one. I think missile striking the hounds probably the right play. Alright, so double upgrades on those is very nice. And I believe the Typhoons we will just tank on a Sledgehammer here. Unfortunately, we do not have armor. Yeah, I will not oil this turn yet. Oh, what's this? Assault Marksman. Interesting. I think we will keep the Void Eyes as shield breakers for now, and we will add hackers here. I really want to punish those Assault Marksmen and the Typhoons. I think he's already overcommitted into them. And the only thing the hackers can't do is break those shields, but that's why we got the Void Eyes. Yeah, I guess the Wraith are doing okay. You can also add EMP on our arc lights. That's a high value shield if I've ever seen one. Okay, super heavy armor, enhancement module. I mean, don't really need those right now. Maybe just offensive tactics. So we will missile strike that Phoenix. Our Rhino is back. Back for more. I think I'm gonna try some hacking here. I haven't played hackers for a long time now. And I want to try how they work in conjunction with those Void Eyes. Probably a crawler here. Yeah. I think I should have just upgraded this tower and be done with it. More phoenixes. Okay, so he has jump drive phoenixes. I see the cheese coming. I can smell it. Again, we are getting absolutely out phoenixed here. Which is why I was trying to go for the hacker commit. So we at least get those typhoons down. But for now we can't even break the bubbles. We don't have enough upfront damage. I don't think another rhino is doing anything here. Some cross over there. Then maybe with the beacon we might actually be able to get that. Yeah, the oil didn't even do much. We probably hit the speed button. And that's when it happened. But when in doubt, Void Eye out. And now we will just use them as shield breakers pretty much. Oh, it's the EMP round again. Guess we have to protect our assets. And he nukes me. Wow. What a hateful person. But the nuke will kill me disregardless. We have nothing that can run away, and we don't have any agency to keep the units away. I did actually get one more Assault Marksman here. Interesting. I like that play though. Assault Marksman for 150 for just 2 level 4s is a pretty cost-effective upgrade. Right? GG's. So again, we're getting severely outranged here because the Typhoons are very fast, have homing missiles and whatnot. Those Void Eyes didn't do anything. The only one that did something was the one that was immediately connecting to the target. Everything else did not even come close to walking into range to shoot him. And as we can see, he has 3 units of crawlers, and we still couldn't make it. 4 units, sorry. We still didn't have the power to get through. And if we ever committed to area, that would have been even worse, because then he clicks area spec and we die. Yeah, not sure. Alright, Kirin. I believe I have already played against him. Although that was a pretty long time ago. I believe it was actually on this account. But back at, I think, lower MMR, if I remember correctly. Okay, next game. Training spec. Sounds pretty nice. Marksman spec for the long range stuff. But I believe long-range Void Eyes doesn't sound that nice. I mean, we can try. Or even the Rhino spec. I think I'd rather have the Marksman spec. There's steel bolts everywhere today. If I could only play normal units, then I would actually be very happy about this, because this is pretty simple to defend. Okay. I believe in this case we have to go with the classic Arclight comp. For now, most of them have all been on this side, so I guess we can deploy a thing here. Oh, it's not even aggressive. Interesting. I guess better for us, because now the steel bolts get you to very, very little in this game. And those Stormcrawlers will break them apart pretty quickly. And the Arclights are still protected by those fangs. Good thing we deployed a later fang here. So I think our plan will be we ignore the voids for now, and we just use them in case there's a big drop like Rhino or Challenger coming in that we need to defend with more damage. Because I don't think this pack is going to do anything in a long-range firefight. Alright, on which side do we put the orange man? I mean, does not really matter now, does it? Let's put him back here. Okay, Mustangs with range and a immediate cell. Wonder why he did that? Maybe he wants to click anti-Stormcaller tech here? Maybe. So we could actually play some more Arclights if we'd like. Maybe he just does it because I have the fangs. Also possibility. Ooh, Marksman got shrieked by those Stormcrawlers. Oh, the Mustang does level because we have the orange man. Couldn't hide him. Yeah, Stormcrawlers will still prevail. Okay, Wasp Swarm, Rhino Sword, and Haste Module. I mean, Haste Module is a no-brainer for him. Those fangs are killing everything. Fangs, Mustangs. He's setting out of the steel ball, so I guess we can drop a Rhino here to punish. Can we put off a Roomba Stomp? Kind of. I think we're fine over there. Okay, what do we do against the Mustangs? Do we keep deploying Arclights or do we want something different? It's only round 3. It's pretty hard to justify getting bigger units. I think I will get the Arclights for now. I think the 100 we will just keep. Ooh, a missile intercept. This guy is a very greedy man. So he's overcommitting to Mustangs. We have to deploy more Arclights. Or switch to Vulcans. Or both. Wow, look at that. Those Arclights are melting because of the haste module. Yeah, it looks like the Rhino is too late to the party. But the majority of things don't matter here. The only thing that matters to me is if we can get rid of that interception device. We can. Perfect. Efficient tech. I don't think I have to do efficient tech this turn, so I'm not gonna use it. We actually did recruit some Arclights, so we have the full Arclight line available here. And I believe we will also oil. Over here. And then we can prepare a fire play with the Stormcrawlers. Scorpions are fine, because Arclights deal with those as well. And we have the Orangeman on the duty here. Ooh, he got wrecked. Never mind. Yeah, our crawler flank actually does it. Although very, very late. Okay, Phantom Rays can be used for a cheese play here, since we can block those Mustangs. And the Rhino also would work, but the Rhino is not that strong into the Scorpion here. Probably not what we want. I think I like the Phantom Rays. Actually, let me just stagger them a little bit. We're clicking armor just to buy a turn. And hopefully deny those Mustangs their value. We'll actually upgrade those Stormcrawlers because I want the Scorpions to die a little bit faster. It's not too bad, but it's not good either at the moment. He shields the entire oil. This is exactly why we did this upgrade. Does he have another interceptor? I can't see any. Wow, this guy is a Scorpion enjoyer for so... Holy moly. Alright. So he's very hard committed to those Scorpions, I guess. What we could do here is just drop Hackers. Or even Void Eyes. But the thing is, this Scorpion has 155 range. So I'm not sure how a Void Eye would actually be capable of killing that. Right, Phantom Rays did very well here. Elite Sledgehammer. No thanks. Wasp is also not a good play because of the Mustangs on the board. And I believe EMP is a very good play here. Can hit that entire blob. Okay. I think I will commit to EMP on the arc lights. And then we'll try to get those Void Eyes to work. The thing is, they still get outranged by the Scorpion if he presses that nasty range. So we will go for full-blown out lone turn. I mean, they're pretty slow, right? Okay, this is kind of new ground to me. He might oil me back because he was so scared. Yeah, there we go. I can predict the future sometimes. Ah, look at that. Shields are almost dead. And we still got an EMP on the Scorpion. Very nice, very nice. Now, lucky for us, arc lights are just way better than he thinks. Alright, so for now I would say Void Eyes haven't hit anything interesting in particular. Okay, we got rid of another interceptor, so he's losing a lot of value here. Oh, didn't get through the shield. Okay, Lightning Storm and EMAG again. I think both are good here. I would argue Lightning Storm is better, probably. I think I like the Lightning Storm better. Right. Do we click Charge Shot here? Maybe, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about this. I think I will try to overload one side for now. Ah, I did not move them. A good thing is we already have a oil in front, so he's doubling down on that front. That doesn't really make much sense. What is this? Wasp? But this plan here is working exactly like we wanted. We do have plenty of damage. And hopefully we can keep a few Phantom Rays alive here so they can kill the Wasp. It's doing okay. Never underestimate the armor upgrade on Phantom Rays. They are pretty good. GG's. Okay. So I think it was probably a successful attempt. Could we have done it with different units more efficiently? I think so. I think the techs are very expensive to get them all together. And without range, the unit is unplayable. But I don't think that, countering Scorpions with this stuff is such a good idea. And I think without the EMP effects, we had no chance of getting to him. Right, I want to see a worm game here. For some reason, people are not playing worms today, and usually this would be something that the Void Eye could be good at, just pure burst damage. When he's showing up with larvae and all that stuff, but... Alright. We have another elite pack if we want the elite Void Eyes, but no chaff. We got quick supply with a lot of hounds and sledges. And also fortified. This one I don't like because it doesn't have the chaff either. I think this is probably the safest one. Supply spec, hounds and saber teeth. Interesting. Very low HP, just like me. Now this could be a good matchup for the Void Eyes actually. Our chaff clear is okay, I would say. Do we deploy them this turn? I think we probably still have to wait and see where he deploys. I don't fancy my chances fighting those without knowing where they are. So I believe we will just go for a sledgehammer collection. Yeah, probably not at the line. Yeah, something like this. Might add some overloads later. And I believe chaff we can add later. Probably want to get rid of marksman. So we get either a crawler drop or a fang drop. He decides to go for marksman. It's a true 2-1 play right there. So for now we are lacking DPS to kill those sabers off, but that's exactly what we are banking. We want the sledgehammers to be tanks, not necessarily DPS units, but they can get the job done even this turn. Very nice. Unfortunately, they can't make use of that tower debuff very much because we are so goddamn slow. Okay. Good amount of XP, but nothing game breaking. Now the sledgehammer outranges the Void Ray a little bit. That's a problem. Underground threat has to be picked probably. I think I will try to defend my tower with this. So for now we're gonna build some chaff. So the saber teeth do not get to lock in on those sledgehammers, and we don't have enough front line quite yet. Might actually want crawlers in front of here as well. But I do believe we could also do a back crawler here. Or even one over here. In case he decides to drop behind my tower. He decides to do nothing. He's going for a air cheese instead. Okay. It's a carry wasp setup. Have to be careful about that one. EMP on the marksman. And the usual dog stuff. Okay. So he's gonna auto-win this round, but it's also a very weak round for him. And we did not have any fangs yet. Oh, he's an improved wasp even. Okay. We have to respect those for sure. Question would be, can we beat improved wasp with our void eyes? I don't think so. I think void eyes are pretty much dead whenever he hits the shield upgrade. And we don't have quite the fire rate to take them out. Okay, there's the void eyes. I guess we can take those from the drop. Because they perform okay against Fortress Rhino. Not into Phantom Ray for sure. You can just stick them behind the sledgehammers. The question is, how do we deal with the wasp threat here? He does run area specs, so we cannot outrange him. Probably have to commit to Mustangs here. Yeah, I think Mustang probably the play. We'll also add some more of those crawlers. I have to go pretty far back with the Mustangs because they should not be too close before we get there. Oh, he also takes the Void Eyes. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense for him because we have so many sledgehammers. But on the other hand, his chaff clear is not the greatest. So I'm not sure about that one. That will actually make an impact. So Void Eyes are barely not one-shotting the freaking saber teeth here, but they will eventually do their job. Okay. Wasp are still a problem because we don't have range on our Mustangs. And they will take a lot of XP from those Void Eyes. Oh, do we lose? Holy smokes. That's a leveled up Wasp. Okay, portable shield is an option here. can put that on a sledge to make them more durable. I think it's good enough value to do as a play. Range those Mustangs. Get one more. And I think we probably should hit the range here, but I don't think we can delay the game more. We have to get some units out. Leveling up the sledges, probably not the greatest idea, since they get one shot by those Void Eyes and the Saber Teeth both. Might actually want a attack enhancement here, because we didn't quite one shot that Saber Tooth. Also against the Wasp, that's pretty nice to have. Yeah, I guess I will go for it. Because that Wasp unit is gonna be very, very nasty pretty soon. But yeah, his entire ward is super weak against Hacker other than that, so we might actually just deploy some of those. We can deal with the Hounds with the Sledgehammer deploys. So this is still looking a little bit icky because we lose the Mustangs to those Wasp. But we will get level ups on these Mustangs all around now. And we still have enough Mustangs to just deal with this Wasp. As long as he doesn't deploy more of them, I think we are good to go. Okay, there's a bunch of Fangs. Unfortunately, they're high-level Fangs, but they're still okay, I would say. Especially against those Wasp here. Scorpion is also nice. Then the Phoenix can just one-shot the big boys, but we are forced to play these guys, so can't pick that. We probably need EMP. I wish I had EMP on these sledges. I need to put that on the bar. That would be so nice here. I guess we will take the Fangs for the deploys. So to have some sort of protection here. Even some at the side here. Grab the Mustangs for sure. Range the Void Eyes. So they can actually do their job. Then we need some forward crawlers, probably around here. Because those are dying a little bit too quickly now, thanks to the arc lights. And I believe one more Mustang should be fine. Okay. What's this? Armor? Oh, armor on the Phantom Race. Okay. This cries for Raidens now. Raidens should be doing very well into the majority of these units, except the Wasp. That's why we have those Mustangs anyway. Could also try to deploy Void Eyes with Charge Shot against that. I mean, they're gonna get Stealth Cloaked to death, so I'm not sure if that's quite the play. Oh, poor last ward, I got Shrek'd there. Okay, that was a very weak cheese turn for a Phantom Ray deploy. So I think we are fine with this. Improved firepower, very good on a Mustang. And for him, the Boss Swarm is obviously very nice, but I mean, we have too many Mustangs already, I believe, for that one to matter. Yeah, do we take to the skies here? Because it would answer the Phantom Race. However, I think we will get wrecked by the Wasp if we do that. I really would like Raidens, but we don't have any funds to do so. I mean, Area Spec could also do the trick. Not against this one, though. That will be too hard to kill. Yeah, I think I want the Raiden for sure. Oops, that was not the click. Okay, that is a perfect opportunity for those undo buttons. Yeah, I think I have to Raiden here. Advanced tactics. So he has very tanky units actually. And we'll just drop the thing in the corner here. Not gonna go for any upgrades or something like that. We need a lot of money next turn. We need Raidens, range, and EMP at some point. But hopefully we can blow those Phantom Rays to bits in time. And then thanks to the chain, we still might be able to kill those Wasp. The Sledgehammers are still doing a great job being medium chef in the late game, which is very powerful. Now this time side will collapse because we do not have Raidens there, but you should always deploy the side where you feel the most, where you have the most power at the same time. And now we will feed off those Wasps pretty easily. The Mustangs will outscale his entire board. We're just trying to get rid of that armor power spike and eventual giants. Okay, I think EMAC is probably the play here. There's a nice big blob of units that we can EMAC. Or we EMAC this side to get rid of that Super Wasp there. I think I'd rather do that. Look at this. This is how you play carry units, by the way. They are dealing the most damage because the entire board is supporting them instead of mass spamming the unit. I think this is a pretty good use case of the Void Eye, as you should probably do it. So we need upgrades on the Mustangs as always, and we also need more Raidens with range, which is why we didn't use our money last time. I think one Raiden is probably enough here. Now, do we want to shield somewhere against the EMP effect? Probably not. Is he gonna oil and fire us? Probably yes. Where do we care? I think over here would be a good one. Hopefully it's gonna stay alive, because those units are not the fastest. Wow, he does not take the fire? Incredible. Okay, so now he has shielded Fangs, which are still weak to Mustangs, but we need some forward Mustangs to clear those off faster, because the Mustangs will not be in range in time. But thanks to our new range, our Raidens stay pretty far back. And we can still get to kill the majority of units here. And this targeting stuff won't matter soon, because we will hit the area spec on the Mustangs, and then we will be targeting whatever we like. There we go. It doesn't matter how tanky he makes his Wasp, the Raiden will kill it in time. Ooh, laser sights is a great thing. Also tank production, very good on those Raidens. And another EMP blob. As you can see, this side entirely collapsed due to the EMP pretty much. So we could also do that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I think the EMAC has more value than the rest of them. Since we do have that, I won't click the EMP on the Raidens yet, I think. But we need to get rid of those Sheeted Fangs. I think we might actually go for a Firecaller play here. Because I don't think we lose too much else other than the Fangs here. We could also go for Chain, but that's a little bit dangerous sometimes. So we will be just spreading some fire here. Always learn in the later rounds. How much HP do they have? Not enough to warrant any upgrades on the Raidens. Just in case there's oil here for some reason. So this is the last round before I will commit to the Mustangs most likely, but I wanted to get rid of those Shielded Fangs. As soon as the chaff is gone, this Mustang Raiden thing cannot be stopped anymore. The only downside of deploying Raidens is that you lose some tempo early, and we already are past those rounds, so now we win the air fight pretty handily. You can see there's still some stuff in the way, so there should be another Raiden here. But it doesn't matter, he's long gone. Right. I think this was probably my favorite Void Eye game. Also respect to my opponent calling GG while being a 2-1 player. Not many do that. Because this Void Eye drop didn't cost us anything. They still dealt a lot of damage over the game, and they only took one single upgrade. Look at that. They are top 3, top 2, and top 1 and 2 overall. Yeah, very nice. So they pretty much only feasted on the Saber-Teeth, Arclight, the medium ground units. But I think that's all they needed to do, because the Sledgehammers were just trying to stall and kill off the hounds and whatnot. And then the additional hounds we had are some sort of chaff clear, and then the last thing we needed was just the Mustangs to clear off the majority of units. He didn't have many crawlers here, just 3. And that's why we got away with having no dedicated chaff clear unit at all, actually. Alright, very good game. I think that's how I would use the Void Eyes if I was going forward. And I had no better unit to drop like the Phoenix or anything like that. Excuse me. All right. So we are almost back up to where I started. Well, performance is pretty meh so far, I would say. Could be better, could be worse. Oh, we're also running out of music for some reason. Let me see. Okay. What do we got? Rhino spec on a very defensive pack. Probably pickable. I think the rest is pretty trashy. Let's go for the Rhino. I think it's a fine pack. Oh, it's another aggressive steel ball and hound player. Now the steel balls are a problem for now. I think we will still deploy Fangs. Now, since it's a steel ball, we will move those Stormcallers as if they were a sledgehammer. So they get to tank for the tower. We'll skew a little bit more to this side for now. Wrong side. But it doesn't matter. I mean, the Arclight is gonna come into play disregardless of distance here. Yeah, the area spec scares me a little bit again. So maybe we get a early Wasp drop. That should be pretty nice. This is a good Stormcall hit for sure, because we get to splash onto some steel balls while not targeting them. Yeah, 3 of our Stormcallers tried to escape. This one got blocked by Fangs, so he's turning. Yeah, I don't think we can kill those steel balls this turn. They're just too tanky. But the Stormcallers will take out some of them at least. Oh, look at those low balls. Holy moly. Unfortunately, I don't think we will finish them because of the tower debuff here. We're very slow. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Took a lot of unnecessary damage. Mass-produced Scorpion is actually a solution to this, because he has Hounds and Balls. And Mass-produced Scorpion is a decent card into this kind of board state. Last time I did it was very good. I think I will try it again. So we're just gonna add the Scorpion right behind here. Get some delayed Fangs here. Do we want to use a missile by any chance? We could stop this one from happening. Because right now there's no Arclight here to stop those crawlers from happening. Area spec as well. So we could stop a flank here and stop those crawlers, right? If we... Yeah, we'll do that. Ah, look at that. And there's a photon coating on those steel balls. Interesting. Will the Scorpion churn? It will. But it will not take out the second one, which is exactly why we had those Fangs here deployed. Yeah. Okay, so he's committing straight to the aggro. I guess we can go for oil next turn. That's gonna be the most important ingredient to defending this. And obviously more Scorpions to make sure that the brunt of the damage here is getting taken out. Okay, good commitment from the Stormcaller. Still doing their work. Okay, improve firepower. Could be okay even on a Mustang, because there's a Wasp drop coming. And his area is back, so there's a very high chance we might need Mustangs in our future here. He is kind of weak to Wasp drop himself. Yeah, I think the scaling is more important here. So we will take a Mustang with the item. And we will also oil. Could also drop a Mustang over here, but I think that's kind of wasteful for this turn. I think we don't do that. I will enhance the tower just in case. And we probably need one more forward fang here. Unfortunately, no Scorpion deploy, but I don't think we have the money to do so. Okay, he's beaking straight into the oil. That's nice. So this will make sure that the units stack and the Scorpion can fire as efficient as it can. It cannot one-shot the level 2 steel bolts because it has nerf stats, but it does fine against the other steel bolts here. Yeah, it's looking better. It's not good yet, but it's better. And the Mustang here is already farming some good amount of XP. Okay, he's on a Stormcaller for some reason. The Stormcaller aggression play. He probably thought I would commit more to the Scorpions. Which I will, by the way. I will drop another one. But, ooh, nice. Not many more. So the Sledgehammer here is basically the missing ingredient, because the Sledgehammer does well against all of these units, pretty much. Oh, look at that. Improve firepower on the sledge. Wow. We could also take the Wasp here. He's not respecting the flank, by the way. Should punish him for that. Typhoons. He might be annoying me with those as well. Phoenix is always the best choice. I think I will go for the sledge. So sledge in front. Sledge on the side if he beacons around the oil. The Rhino probably will just go for the tower here. I haven't committed to any arc lights or other shenanigans yet. So one side Scorpion is going to try to defend that flank. I think we will need Mustangs later anyway. Just one attack so we get that steel ball down. Okay. Pretty terrible missile, I would say. There's a bunch of Sledgehammers on the flank now. That's nice. Good thing we deployed that Scorpion. And there's a random Wraith coming in. Did he elite recruit that? He did. Okay, well, Rhino is getting stopped by the crawlers, but it's fine. He's still gonna get that tower. Unfortunately, we do not have the firepower to kill this Wraith this turn, because we didn't pick the Phoenixes. Yeah, maybe we do. Yeah, just barely. Right. Bit showing from all the stuff that we deployed, I think. It's all doing fine. Okay, EMP and EMAC. Not good against the photon coating, but everything else is gonna suffer from EMAC. And also super supply enhancement, but I think that's too greedy for now. I think I would like to hit the EMAC on the Wraith. So it gets slowed down. Upgrade the Mustangs for sure, because they need the upgrades. I will deploy one missile interceptor to get this one down here, because this is dealing the majority of the damage. I will commit actually to getting a arc light here, because I don't want to deploy a Wraith into a bunch of level 2 Sledgehammers. Other than that, it's just crawlers. Do we want Arclight upgrades? Maybe. I believe there's something happening over here pretty soon. Okay. I guess this one is a valuable asset. Oh, he's going straight for armor. Very nice, very nice. Okay, there's a cheap... I told you so what's happening here. There's a cheap attempt to kill that left tower. He used this button again, so he wasted another 100 for no good reason. And he also added another Wraith. Okay. This is fine with me, because Wraiths are very, very squishy. And we can deal with those. The thing with Ares spec is, the only scary thing about it is the Wasp spam, not necessarily the rest of the units. Unfortunately, we do lose our poor missile interceptor here, that's really sad. But other than that, it was a weak round for double force tech. And look at that. Or even Marksman, even Phoenix, we got all the options now. Do I have EMP on Phoenix? I do. I do not have them on the Marksman, so I believe we will take the Phoenixes here. Can actually hit the Wraith here, but it's a little bit scary because it might actually splash onto the Phoenixes here. So I think we will stay away for now. Just get a bunch of them. Because they will be performing very well into all of this. Oh, he's heading out of this, the sledges even. Okay. One over here. Him committing a Steel Boy here is nice for us, because that doesn't do anything. Okay, no other stuff necessary right now, I think. We could just do with another interception here. Might actually be lone time here, because I would like a single shield here and here. Ah, I did not manage to click that. The reason why I want a shield here, because it's most likely going to survive even against the Wraith. And that would be very useful to have. This guy loves clicking text, that's for certain. That's okay with me though. Because we have EMP on the Phoenixes, and once we click that, the Wraith will lose their armor enhancement, and the Melta will lose its entire tech line. Which is a pretty cheap way for us to dealing with this. Interceptor stays alive. Okay, another EMP and a lightning storm. That's actually bad for us, but we do have quantum. So we can escape. We could also just EMAG this blob here. I think that's actually a good play, because the EMAG will break a shield that he will deploy here. And as soon as that hits, we can get the EMAG shots onto him. We might be even able to sneak in oil pretty close there. And then last but not least, we will also try to defend this tower a little bit more. In case he cheeses me. Quantum on the Phoenixes. This Stormcaller is not doing much, not this turn and not later. Something like this. And a splitting crawler, probably worth taking here as well. So it comes in a little bit later. He doesn't even shield properly. What the hell? Okay, I guess the multi-melter is out straight up. And Lightning Storm is a mean spell. Hopefully we can make use of that quantum. Yeah, looks like the phoenixes will lock onto the fortresses now. And that's it. Multi-melter does not do anything against the Phoenix Horde because it dies to EMP immediately. Okay, we're getting there. And we didn't even take the expensive spells, so we are very ahead in terms of just sheer money. An additional deploy would be okay. I think I will take the additional deploy because I want that tower gone, since he is disrespecting me there for a long time. EMAC is coming back up, so we can hit those guys again. Like so. And then we probably need a unit here to take the first anti-air barrage. That is pretty tanky. Could go with a Wraith, but the Wraith would get targeted by the Melter quite quickly. I think it's worth doing, to be honest. Just like so. And then we add another Phoenix here to take down that tower, and we add something here in case there's flanked for us. Oh, there's Wasp straight in my face. What the hell? Lucky for us, he did not shield the EMP, so we got a lot of value. But he did actually buff his tower. But we will take both towers in a few seconds. And that's where this is gonna get very nasty for him. There we go. I have no idea why people are complaining about multi-melter. Because we got EMP at home. Okay, very interesting play. Very aggressive for sure. Wraith even managed to kill 12 Wasp with just one single volley, and he also took in the anti-air barrage. Does it have a minimum range actually? It does not. Okay. So in this case, why didn't I go Void Eye? Because he was aerial spec, and our big aerial threat didn't work, or wouldn't have worked. And there was a high chance that he's gonna spam flying units, and I don't think Void Eyes do particularly well against those. And even our Mustang here was struggling a little bit in the later rounds. I would have taken them if we got them from a unit drop. Most likely. I think it's also a very good show match for the Phoenix. Because the Phoenix does outperform this unit by a long shot. I don't think any Void Eye plays could have been done there without Phoenix support because of the EMP. So if we can get a different EMP source for the White Eyes to profit from, I think they're doing pretty good. Quick supply. Do I have Carry Fangs? I don't. Void Eye Sledge. I think none of these are particularly interesting. So I think probably a Sledgehammer here. Yep. That's a very weird tech bar, by the way. And another area spec. What is up with people going air these days? I do not understand. Okay, what do we need against that? Probably some crawlers. So our poor steel balls don't get sniped. I will keep the 200 and see what he does next turn, because we might need that for a Mustang transition. Oh, he's going very standard. I like it. Yes, very similar text to me. It's just the sledgehammers that are wilding. We have to keep this in mind that there's damage sharing as a possibility, but I will not play around that if I really... if he's that far back. I mean, Sledgehammer back here doesn't scare me. Sledgehammer's here at the front. That might be something that we have to take care of pretty much immediately. We took 2 steel balls to the one side here, because we rather have the entire pushing power on one side, and steel balls don't do very well when they're split up like this. But I believe the steel balls just don't do anything this game, no matter what we did. But you can see here that the Fangs are a problem, so we'll actually transition into Mustangs right away in order to get the Fangs out of the way and also enable those steel balls to perform a little bit better. Because right now they are only killing Fangs the entire game. Okay. Okay, there we go. We can also go Hounds here, since we don't have a Chaff Clay unit. Phoenix is not as scary because I have too many Fangs anyway. Mustang does good into this, except the Typhoon. So I believe the Hound is probably the right choice here, because we need a little bit more chaff clear. And I don't quite have the money to hit range on the Mustangs this turn. I might actually hit the attack enhancement though. I mean, if he picked the Typhoons, we probably don't care. If he picked the Phantom Race, we actually might want attack. It's a little bit hard to tell. I would like to just deploy something else or hit range next turn. I think attack is fine here. More Sledgehammers and a Phoenix. Perfect. We don't care about Phoenixes. Phoenix are actually the worst unit in Standard. They are way, way better in defense, aggro, and all that stuff. And look at this. Now the steel bolts actually get to target stuff. and be generally a more useful unit than before. And this side will just stall out because we have a lot of fangs, and sledgehammers don't move very fast. It's a great round for the Mustangs. They get free XP from killing the towers and the phoenixes. There you go. Very nice. He gets a level on the sledge. That's actually pretty powerful. Underground Thread is going to be the more tempo-heavy option, where we can drag this flank. Additional deployment is very good because it's early in the game. Round 3, that's the highest value we can get. And we still need some chaff. So if we want to deploy both Mustangs and crawlers, I think additional deployment probably a good play here. So I think I will go a little bit greedy for that one. Let's actually make the spacing proper here. There we go. It's a little off center, I know, but it's fine. Do we range the Mustangs this turn? I mean, they're pretty safe for now. I think I will actually add another Mustang here. And a rather aggressive one to clear off those... Actually, we have the hounds to do that, right? Yeah, we don't necessarily need that, I think. Vulcan. Okay, so he's going the full answer. He does run Scorch, so armor play on the Seaboards would just delay him. And the Vulcan is very powerful here because he gets to kill all of this stuff for free. And our chaff clear is still not that great. Because we're relying on Mustangs, which are very weak. Okay. A big upside for us is he doesn't make any use of his spec so far. The Ares spec doesn't do anything. And a Vulcan is a very expensive unit in general. Oh, almost got the tower. Not the Vulcan. I think that's a skip. So what we are missing here is some DPS and some chaff clear. So I guess this is where we can try to make use of that Void Eye. However, I'm not sure if the Void Eye will survive a Vulcan at all. So I guess this is a good time to limit test, because this is where I would usually deploy something else. Probably not Void Eyes. Do we elite recruit? Or do we just go for charge shot instead? I think I will elite recruit here, since I can drop 3 of them. And then we will try to get back some tempo in this game. That barrier item, though, that was really nice for him. Yeah, not much else to click here. Another Vulcan. So now we bank through the shield a little bit faster, and that means the Mustangs can actually get to clear. And then the Sledgehammers also get killed by the Void Eyes pretty easily, since we're only lacking DPS and the rest of the board is really powerful already. Okay, tower debuff looks okay. And the rest of the PPO goes down. Okay. Void Eyes making their impact here. Ew, a Javelin. Javelin is very strong. I think we have to pick that here. We could also go for EMAC, because the EMAC will work even in the late game. And it will still kill that Vulcan barrier. I think the Javelin is just better. If he's a smart cookie, by the way, he will sell out of the Vulcan and then rebuy it somewhere else. But I do not trust him to do that play, so I think for now we hopefully are fine. Very much copium. We could loan again here, but I don't fancy wasting even more money. Just because we have that steel ball pack. Could have sold a steel ball maybe, but I think I want them tanking for the Vulcan. We just go for the tungsten himself. I don't think that's very much value, but okay. I like it. Now the reason why I don't like it is, yes, these units are pretty good. No, they are not powerful enough to warrant a 250 cost spell, I don't think. And you haven't seen any giants on this board, so for now the tungsten is actually very low value. I like the Scorch upgrade, by the way. I think the Vulcan was actually not having enough damage yet. He has a lot of crawlers added now, so we have to be careful. This Mustang does not deal with the crawlers here, so we have to get some sort of chuff clear. I wonder why the round doesn't even continue here. I've never had that happening before. Okay, so now he's back in, hopefully. Okay. So we both the tungsten pretty well. He deletes 2 units of mine. I delete his unit and the shield. But the moral of the story is there's too many crawlers and we need to kill them faster. That's the main issue here that I can see. And the Void Eyes here will struggle a lot because they don't have the levels. But we can fix that with the charge shot. So I'm not that worried about that one. Yep, we actually do take out the Vulcan yet again. Nice job by the Void Eyes. But the other Vulcan got a level 2, so that's gonna be very, very scary over there. We can go for some oil cheese here. There's the Arclight for our Chuff Clear solution. Yeah, I think has to be the Arclights. His cross are not that spread, so I think we can answer them here at the tower. We'll also add some front fangs just in case he's trying something cheeky. Do we want more Mustangs? Not really, right? Probably another Void Eye here, because we are lacking the damage here. Yeah, this Vulcan is getting scary now. I think we just need to have multi-melter. Multi-melter, just melting point in general. I believe that's a better play here. Armor? Yeah, that's always the armor cheese. That's fine. We already have Mustangs that deal 120 damage, so we can deal with those later, but not this turn. Yeah, we're still struggling a little bit with taking out those sledgehammers here. And this side is obviously screwed because of the Vulcan play. And that's where we die to Void Eyes being Void Eyes and the unit drops. 9k HP on the Phantom Race, by the way. Little too tanky. So this is back to the old part. This gets countered all by Raiden. I think I will use Underground Threat here to delay the incoming chaff a little bit. Steep balls are absolutely useless at the moment, so I will sell out of them. And we'll try to get the Raiden online. I think I will stick to this side for now. I don't think we can hold both sides this turn. Do we want range? Do we want EMPs? I think EMPs are actually pretty good here. Probably better than range. And a cheeky little cycler. Oh, actually, he deploys the Vulcan right there. My goodness. Oh no, the missile strike. I completely forgot about that one. These Void Eyes are actually so squishy that they die to any kind of spell. That's actually quite bad. Ooh, the Phantom Ray actually took out my Raiden. Ouch. I don't think we can make a comeback here. Taking Raidens is a little bit too dangerous, and my DPS unit just dies to any spell. That was incredibly cheap for him. GG's. Void Eyes not doing anything in this range. Yeah, as I said, I think the Vulcan is straight up counter to those. And I don't think you should deploy those in this kind of situation. I think they're very good against the sledges and whatnot, but the Vulcan just kills them off too quickly. And that's it. All right, one more. Okay, supply specialist with some mid-chaff. Okay, we start against Stormcaller and Fang. And another area spec. My goodness, everybody is playing area spec at 1700 apparently. This is really bad because I think the Void Eyes are not that terrible, but against air, they're just not good. Also not good against Stormcaller here. Don't know exactly how we would make it work this time. I guess for now we'll just deploy some crawlers. I mean, can't really do much else in this situation. Yeah, something like that. I haven't done any chaff clear attacks on the hounds yet, but I don't think the hounds get much leveling done and anything like that. Ooh, look at that. A lot of standard plays for sure. There's either the full scale aggro everywhere or it's actually standard play. Missile spread is pretty terrible for us, so we will add a beacon crawler most likely. Yeah, the hounds actually took some stormcrawlers out by staying alive, but it's pretty close, as always. Always go. Okay. Before we continue, I actually need to remember something. Now this won't work for this game, but for next game we have some proper text then. Take that garbage off and EMAG in. So we can do some trolling with our sledges if we like. Okay, Wasp, Tarantula, Typhoon. I guess we can go for Tarantula here. It's not that good into Stormcaller, but it's decent against everything else. The Wasp was only good against the Phantom Ray and the other Wasp. Typhoon also not that great into those Stormcallers. Yeah, I think we can go Tarantula. I haven't played many Tarantulas today as well. Interestingly enough. So for now we will not respect the air, and if we just commit anything to it, we can still respawn, no problem. Oh, did not unlock the goddamn Fang. Okay, there's Wasp and Phoenix on the board. Interesting. Yes, for now we will just deploy a bunch of Fangs. He doesn't have any chaff clear at the moment, so our crawlers should be doing pretty okay. Tarantula is not the best one here in this case, but I think it's gonna do fine once we actually get some anti-air. Yeah, even get some level on the Sledgehammer. Very nice. The Wasp do not level, that's also nice. Alright, so this is the, as per usual, air cheese coming in. We could go for heavy armor here to make those sledges very, very annoying. Don't really need the amp core, to be honest. Could also put it on the Tarantula. Yeah, I think I'd rather have the Sledgehammers a little bit tankier. Other than that, we can just straight up deploy Mustangs into this, I believe. Let's actually take the late Mustangs here. simply because our units do not move as quickly, and if they run too far in, they will get killed by the crawlers too soon. We're doing a little side split here. Do we upgrade this sledgehammer as well? I mean... Maybe. Right, one crawler to the side. Okay, he's going full cheese again. What's up with people doing so much airplay today? My goodness. This is one problem, because all of this is absolutely fine if I have phoenixes at my disposal. If I want Void Eyes, which does nothing against this entire board, by the way, that doesn't quite work out. And this guy is gonna click armor, so we have to have EMPs. Yet again. We can actually take out the one, the Wraith, but the other one is gonna stay alive for sure. Yep. Okay, we can drop fire here to get rid of those Stormcallers, because they are the majority of the damage apart from the air stuff. I think I will just set out of the Tarantula for now. I don't feel like using them at the moment. We'll see. Maybe we will. The intense training is really good for him, because it will mean that the Wraith is getting more powerful. So Incendiary somewhere over here. He's probably gonna drop it close to here. And then, yeah, I guess we have to go Phoenix ourselves. Just to deal with that Wraith here. Oh. For some reason chat was enabled. Could actually hit EMP this turn, but I don't think that's a feasible option. Oh, I forgot my beacon. Actually, I wouldn't have beaconed them very far anyway because of the fire here. And he puts the fire even more in the front. Good thing he upgraded those Stormcallers this turn. That's nice for us. Steel balls. Okay, I have no idea. Is this a aggro player that found out you can go steel balls in standard? Because it looks like one. Very weird play. Ah, the Phoenixes don't quite make it. Yeah, now they do. Unfortunately, Phoenixes against Fangs is not a very good matchup. But we do keep the shield entirely. That's very nice. We'll get a bunch of levels on the Phoenixes, so the Wraith area is probably already over. Okay, we can take some Farseers here. Could actually do that because it does very well into all kind of air units. And then we have a cheap EMAG effect as well if we like. And it doesn't die to the fire. On the other hand, we could also go Fire Badger because we don't have a true crawler answer at the moment. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I think Farseer probably the better option here. Keep those on the flank. Range the Phoenix. I think I will just hit the Missile Interceptor for now. Because he upgraded those Stormcrawlers anyway. And I just need those Mustangs for clearing other units. Not necessarily for the pure DPS. I'm just using them to get rid of those Wasp in case he decides that it's time. So we're not going to take the upgrade on those this turn. I'm just going to do a mini beacon. Okay, he's going mass steel balls. He doesn't even have the right text. Okay, I guess we are so forced to go for Raiden yet again. Because Raiden does very well into both steel balls and into the Wraith, whereas the Void Eyes would get countered in case he hits the crawler button. AKA replicate. Or mechanical division in this case. So the Farseers are doing well here because he invested more into the Phoenix. We still have a little bit trouble killing those late Chaff units. But that's okay because we have Missile Interception and the Farseer gets countered by that, unfortunately. But he hasn't clicked any text on the Wraiths yet, so this is a little bit wonky, to say the least. Shield could be possible here. We could shield a Phoenix, we could shield a Farseer. I mean, it's pretty expensive to do so if we go for that. I think I will skip. Yeah, I think we should go straight to the Raidens here. I'm thinking it's very dangerous if you let too many steel balls go unanswered like that. And it's not even bad into the Wraith either. But I'd really like to have some Stormcrawlers later. I think we are not doing very hot on those. And I believe we will actually put down a interceptor here. Try to be a little bit greedy. Alright, there we go. Abyss. Okay, there's all the air cheese coming today. I mean, we have EMAG. And we already have a bunch of Phoenixes coming. And the Abyss will take a long time to kill those Mustangs for now, because he didn't click the swarm missiles. And he's gonna get one swarm missile off and that's it. He might even be able to intercept the swarm missile later, because otherwise this unit gets EMP'd and then the game is over. Okay. So Big Kahuna Boy did not actually make a big impact other than losing. Could even try to sneak a Melter straight in here and try to snipe that. Am I gonna do that? Not quite sure about that one. Okay, we could go for regen, but that's a little wonky. I think Boss Swarm is the best option here because we can get some more chaff against the Abyss. Okay, and other than that, probably just a bunch of deploys here. I will actually attempt to blow up this side of the board. with a hot dog. .100 base range. I'm not sure if the Farseer will stay away far enough. Maybe it will. So what we need is more fangs for sure. To waddle in when it's late. And probably some fangs in front of this tower in case he tries to cheese me. Maybe one more missile interceptor would be nice. He does actually shield that. But there's some fire actually landing here, so we might get rid of some chuff even with that tiny amount there. Wasp Swarm is doing pretty nice here because it gets to deny the Abyss. Okay, one Abyss down. Second Abyss will follow because the Phoenixes are very strong units. Unfortunately, all his shields are alive. So at least we take out this one. And that's GG. Okay. So this was a classical area spec. We get all the air units out, and then when I take the corresponding responses, the game just ends. You have to cheese with stuff like that, and I was at 3k HP, so it was pretty hard to cheese. I'm not sure about those swarm missiles. They're supposed to be countering Mustangs, I've heard. But the issue is they will still get intercepted by other units, and Missile Interceptor is a okay tech on the Mustangs anyway, because it counters all of this stuff on the board as well. Which is why he's sort of all of the Stormcallers. And you can't really target this stuff. Just says nearby ground enemies. So if you're unlucky, you're shooting at these units here with the first missile, and then you get EMP'd and you die. And I don't see how you rectify that. Okay, but this was one of the worst games to pick Void Eyes in. There's no units on this board that the Void Eye wants to kill, except the Steel Balls, and those have mech division, so you lose. Unfortunate. But what can you do? I will not test them in situations where I'm sure they can't perform, because that doesn't make any sense. And it's not fair to the unit. I wouldn't pick Phoenix blindly into every board either. And especially if it's a ground-only targeting unit. Probably not worth taking. Okay, a 2-1 player might actually be standard yet again. We'll see. Okay, we have a classic black pack. This one speed is a waste. This is a bait. I mean, I can go Fire Badger, but I think the Marksman is probably the safest option here. Maybe I should go for Stormcaller spam, so the people that are trying to kill me go for Worms. That might actually be a good play here. Although against Missile Spec, probably not that interesting. Oh, whoops. Misclick. So this one is a little bit janky because I don't want to get missile striked. I guess I will go for the outside deployment for now. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, something like this. To spread our units a little bit more than I would like. I don't think we deploy anything in particular against the hounds yet. I think we're good to go without doing so. What do we not want to have? Probably... Nah, I wouldn't mind a Arclight drop here, so I will keep the Arclights for now. Okay, he's just doing normal Hound deploys. Does not have mech range, so he can't actually Hound carry. And neither can we, because he has the Hounds unlocked. And there's no chance for me to get a proper Hound drop now. This is all over the place here, these boards. My Gideons. Looks like some crawlers made it to the Stormcaller here. Very nice. Good boy. Also one Stormcaller. Almost died to the crawlers, but the crawler just made it. Okay. Another Orangeman and some Arclights here. I guess we take the Arclights here, correct? Could also go for Rhino. Rhino is very annoying for him. Yeah, I think Arclights are in order here. Not sure where to put the Orangeman here. We could try to go for value shields and just shield our Stormcallers here, because the shield will most likely never break. For some time. I mean, we have 200 left exactly, so... Yeah, maybe that is actually the play. I've never done it before against Missile, but... Something like this. Very greedy play, but... Greedy is my second name. And this guy doesn't die to Missile Strike anyway. He probably has to be pretty far back here. Just to not die. Okay, there's the Missile Strike. I don't expect this here to die anytime soon, so hopefully that's gonna be true. Oh, there's an Orangeman on the other side now. Interesting. A good thing for us is we save 2 deploys by having the Arclights. And since we dealt with his crawler problem, we are doing just fine. The Orangeman doesn't do anything against Stormcallers. So I guess we're in a good way to force the Stormcaller board that I was talking about. Smoke bomb, okay. Intense training. Don't really need that. Nano repair is very good in case we go for worms. Maybe he's gonna go for a worm with this one. That would be very nice for us, because then we get to test our potential here. I mean, I could upgrade an Arcanite. And it seems to be pretty low value, but on the other hand, we have a very good XP scaling late game. I think I like the smoke bomb. If he does not shear that, that Orangeman is gonna walk forward every turn. And other than that, I think we just drop the Arclights. And he drops it on this Arclight. That's fine with me. Oh, he does actually go for Hound range. I disagree with that. I don't think you can run this unit without McRage. You simply don't have the firing speed to kill. Does he even have XP on the Hounds? A little bit, but nothing is close to level 2 yet. I don't like it. Yeah, look at that. Orangeman is having trouble doing anything. And he's gonna do so for the next 2 rounds. And Arclights are feasting on everything. And our shields will pretty much never die unless we have a unit that has too much range and is sitting in it. Oh, he took the greedy item. Look at that. So there might be actually a worm coming now. I will be very interested in seeing that. So we're not going to go for marksman here, I believe, because there's nothing on this board that screams marksman to me. I think I will skip for that. So 2 more Stormcallers. And now we have to start deploying some Fangs for sure. I would love to have had the additional deploy. I think we will even upgrade the Stormcallers for now, because those will one-shot the Hounds. And I believe that's probably worth something in this case. We keep the Marksman around? I think we do for now. Yeah, we'll see. He has some cheese up his sleeve for sure. Sabertooth. Okay. That was not the cheese I was going for. Okay. Interesting. Not really sure why. Just because of 2 Stormcallers? That's fine with me though. He can take a Stormcaller fight all he wants. We are baiting him into Void Eyes. And as you can see, Sabertooth Missile Interceptor, one of the worst techs in the game. Clean freaking copium. Oh, we lost an Arclight. It's a tragedy. But yeah, Smoke Bomb is a pretty good spell. So Missile Strike comes back up. So this is the time we shield. Oh, look at that. I believe we will take that Raiden now. The Wasp is also interesting, but a little bit scary. I mean, the Wasp does pretty well against all of this. So we could actually go for the carry approach or the chuff approach. I really like that Raiden though. The problem is we're doing too well. We don't even need the Raidens at the moment. Okay, let's quit fooling around and actually deploy the unit. The unit. Where do we want this one? I would say somewhere over here. Taking all the Arclight levels. And I believe we're still on the Fang deployment arc. One Fang, one Crawler. Another Fang. Ah, he goes for the Raiden, okay. I would have liked to go for the Raiden as well, but I believe the Wasp is just better because we can get range and area. So that's 70 range plus, which means we get to target the Raidens pretty much no matter what happens. And the Wasp are also decent shove into the Raiden as well, which is why I picked them for the most part. And now the one arrangement to rule them all will have to kill those Raidens by himself. Oh, and he gets sniped. Very sad. At least we only lose one shield. See, this is why I wanted to pick the Raidens. It's fine, it's fine. So what we will do is we will probably just drop Melta here. Steel ball production and tanks is not really that useful into Raiden, I believe. Efficient tech I can make work, because I only have 2 techs right now. Nuke is also very nice, because the Raidens can't dodge that. I think I'll just nuke them and be done with that. Okay. Now what do we want to deploy to answer them? I guess it has to be a Melta. So we will deploy a melting point. Pick that shield back up. Get a Fang down. Ooh, now he goes for the poor Wasp. I mean, technically speaking, it does something, but not really. I think we can go for a Wasp shield if you want to. Yeah, this is the problem. The Raiden will still die to the nuke, especially if you upgrade them to level 2, by the way. So that is a high value nuke right there. For certain. He also went for Fang range because he fears the Wasp. Which means we get to shoot them for free. The one orange man will still prevail. Okay, one more turn. We still have smoke up. And this time I guess we can also go for an incendiary bomb. Since he is relying 100% on his shove. And then we will add the good old smoke. I mean, we could probably use a shield here. Not sure about that one. So one melter on each side. So we can't get cheesed on either side. And then probably missile interceptors against those stormcrawlers, because I really don't want to die to them. Other than that, more fangs coming in late, so the Melta has something to peel. Okay, I believe that's it, right? Oh, I need to loan. Whoops. What do we find with our new wealth? A beacon could be possible. Could also oil him. I like that. Maybe the missile will hit something here. Yeah, there's something, but I think the Saber should do it. Oh, he doesn't. Wow. Sabers are terrible. Holy moly. So he's burning some chaff of mine, unfortunately, but can't be helped. And we did not connect to our own oil here. Thing is, he dies to even a single wasp, so I'm not sure if he's prepared for that. EMP is very good, but I do have some fangs coming in late, and those late fangs will deny any EMP hits. It used to be different. The chain used to wreck melting points with the EMP effect, but nowadays it doesn't. Okay. Very clean game. Yeah, as soon as we stop deploying those pesky void eyes, we perform better. Who would have thought? Alright. I think that's gonna be it for me for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you did, leave a like, follow on Twitch, or subscribe on YouTube, wherever you're watching from. And I'll see you guys next time around. Bye bye.